Hey guys, welcome back. As you can see, we're coming from a slightly new location today. We're in my kitchen, and that's just because this was the last place I set up. I just finished doing some spot cleaning, so I figured why not just stay in here and set up for today's video. Because I actually did not have this video planned. I didn't do any like content planning or anything for this. I wasn't sure if I was actually going to even record today. But over the weekend, I got a lot of the things that I would have done during the week. I got a lot, kind of a head start on that. So I have a little bit of free time today. So I figured I would use this opportunity to do a little bit of reading. I started Yellowface over the weekend. If you guys saw my April TBR, you know that this was on my TBR for April. So I started this over the weekend, and I'm about halfway. I'm on page 162, so I'm about halfway through the book. I got halfway through it over the weekend, and I'm really liking it so far. So I figured I would see how much of this I could get through just in an hour or so, maybe 2 hours worth of reading. And yes, I figured I would take you guys along with me so you could get some of my live reactions uh, to the last half of this book. But loving it so far. But I also just got some packages in the mail too. I ordered some new skincare from Amazon, so I figured before we get into reading, we can open up those packages and I can show you guys the skincare that I got. I'm in a spot right now. I don't know if you guys can see on camera or not, but I am having a really hard time with my skin right now. I've been having a lot of breakouts recently, and I think it's from a variety of factors like dehydration, things like that. But I've just been having an issue with my skin, and my current skincare routine just isn't cutting it anymore. So I ordered some new products, and so I'll take you guys through those. But when it comes to my skincare, I don't know if you guys have like this has been. I know this is completely random. You guys are like, we're here for books. We don't want to know about your skincare, but maybe some of you do. But yeah, I'm in a weird spot right now where I feel like I just needed to not overhaul, but I needed to like try some new things with my skincare routine. And this happens to me quite a lot, like quite often. I will have like issues with my skin. I have very sensitive skin. So when I say very sensitive, I'm like touch my face, I rub my face against a piece of fabric or something along those lines, and I'm instantly breaking out type of sensitive skin. So I've always struggled with just maintaining my skin, like acne, dark spots, dark circles, redness, like hyperpigmentation. Those have always been things that I've struggled with. So I've always had to have a kind of diligent skincare routine to help counteract some of that. And obviously, diet and exercise play into that too. So I always try to make sure I stay on top of that. But there's just certain things where you just need products. But I also, because my skin is so sensitive, I also try to be very intentional about picking products that are, for the most part, as clean as possible. But I know sometimes you need some of those like chemical agents to battle some of the things that I just mentioned. So it's so funny because I will get into a skincare routine and I'll find something that works and my skin will look fantastic. It'll feel great. And then for whatever reason, I guess after like a prolonged period of time of me like using this regimen of products that I've set for myself, at some point my skin will just like flip a switch and it'll decide that like this stuff isn't cutting it anymore, and then I'll have to like slowly take out stuff and introduce new stuff. So I feel like that's kind of the phase that I'm in right now, that's what's happening. But I just did some digging and got some new products. Some of these are tried and true. These are things that I know that I can depend on no matter how I change my skincare routine. These are always going to be effective for me. And then there's a couple things in there too that I'm kind of reintroducing into my routine, and then some new stuff that I've been doing a little bit of research on and deciding to try as well. So I'm going to go get those packages and we can go through those. And then that's pretty much all I had planned today. We could go through those packages and then we'll sit down, grab a drink, and probably water, and we'll read some more of Yellowface. Okay. Also, I have 4 boxes right here. I know for a fact that one of these boxes is something for Grant. He bought a new lid for his water bottle, but I don't know why all of the stuff came in 3 separate packages. I always try to select on Amazon to have everything condensed in one package, even if it means I have to wait a little bit longer for some stuff. But I guess for whatever reason, this one just, I don't know if it had the option to condense everything or they just forgot, but everything got delivered at the same time, but it was just in multiple packages. It's really weird. Anyway, tangent over. Okay, so sorry, I'm gonna try not to. I think this one, there's literally like one thing in this box. we do recycle our boxes. Usually we'll try to repurpose these boxes. My husband sells stuff on eBay sometimes, so he'll usually just repurpose these boxes for another sale. Oh my gosh, this is so silly. I have to show you this. There is literally one thing in this box. So silly. Okay, so this one is actually a new product, and I bought the one, basically it's like 1 ounce container of this because it came in 1 ounce and 3 ounce, but I didn't want to commit to the 3 ounce if I try this out and it just doesn't give me the results that I'm looking for. So I did buy the small one for now, but I do have high hopes for it. This one is the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Overnight Rehydrating Mask with 10% squalene. So it says it's a concentrated formula to replenish and strengthen skin barrier, and I think that's something that I'm having a lot of issues with right now. I was using an exfoliator before that I think was a little too rough on my skin, and it took me forever to realize that. So I have to do some barrier repair on my skin. So this is one I got. So you can see this. It's the Kiehl's. I have heard really good things about Kiehl's. Like obviously they've been around since 1851, so they've got to be good if they've been around this long. But I know a few people who use different Kiehl's products and have had positive or experiences with it. So I will integrate this into my night routine. Right now, the overnight sleep mask that I'm using is the I think I'm pronouncing this right, Laneige. It's the Laneige hydrating water. It's in a blue container. I think it's like the hydrating like water overnight mask or something like that. And I like it. I think it works so far. I don't think that's one of the things in my skin care routine that's giving me issues, but I am almost out of it. And why does this look like this? It's sorry, like I was expecting it to be, because like the Laneige, I was expecting it to be like a cream. Um, but maybe that's why, because it's the water. I was expecting it to be like almost like a lotion. But if you can see, it's kind of solid. I don't know if that's just because it's just colder and it's been in the fact like I probably shouldn't. My hands are clean, but I probably should not be dipping my hand into it like that. Um, doesn't really have a smell. It smells pretty neutral, which is nice. I do like the way the Laneige smells. What was I saying before all that? Oh, I have the Laneige. I'm almost out of it. I do like it. It's definitely a thick, like it coats your face, so like your face is able to soak in all that moisture with the Laneige. So I don't feel like this will give me the same thing, the same effect. But we're gonna try it out tonight, and I will let you guys know if I like it or not. Okay, what's next? All right, so these next couple things I'm actually pretty excited for. This one is one of my tried and true. I just bought a new one because I'm out. I actually just ran out this morning. That is the Derma E vitamin C concentrated serum with hyaluronic acid and probiotics. So it's collagen and vitamin C, but it's a Derma E, and this is dermatologist recommended. It's really great for sensitive skin. And this company, I've actually found this company from a another influencer, or she's a like clean skincare, clean hair. Her name's Alba. I can't remember her handle, but her name is Alba. She's super cute. But she had a line that she did with Derma E, and she was talking about how this is all clean products. So I tested it out, and I've tried a couple different products from them that I really like. So this was one that has worked the best for me so far. So I always try to keep this one in my routine. It's good vitamin C. And it's a nice serum. It's not too thick. It's not super tacky, because I have had serums that are just like tacky against the face, and this does not give that. So I really like this. And then I got a new oh my gosh, I just realized I ordered the wrong thing, or they sent me the wrong thing. I have another overnight moisturizer, and that was not what I intended to buy. So I don't know, maybe I'll keep this to try it out. But I was supposed to be getting a cleanser, and it was the Panoxyl cleanser, and I thought I clicked cleanser in my order, and I hit moisturizer. So this is the Balancing Repair Moisturizer. That's a bit of a bummer because I did not want this. I already have an overnight moisturizer. So I don't know, maybe I'll switch it up. This one does have 4% I can never pronounce that. What is that? Niacinamide. This has that in it, and the other one has squalene. So maybe they'll do different things. But this one says controls excess oil and the appearance of pores. Pores, yes, but I don't really have overly oily skin. So I don't know. We'll see. And then the last thing I got was, well, not last, another thing in here. This one's just a face mask mixing kit. You'll see in one of my next packages, I just got some face masks. So this one just helps me with the mixing, so I don't have to do it in any of my bowls. All right. Next package. Look at all these boxes. Next package. Is this mine? I feel like I figure out why there's so many boxes. What else did I order? I don't think I ordered that much stuff. I feel like we've gone through most of what I ordered, but maybe not. Maybe not. Yes, this is another one where it's one thing in the box. Like, anyway, so this is what I got to go with the face mask mixing kit. Now, I started using this like early college. I think I was like maybe 18 or 19 when I started using this, and it worked really well for me, but I think it was because I didn't have like the proper mixing kit, and it is kind of tedious to put together a face mask, like mix your own face mask, but I do see the value in it. I see the need in it, so I just decided that I've been saying that I wanted to do this for a while and just have been super lazy and haven't done it. So I need to start prioritizing my skin wellness in the sense of doing masks more regularly. So I am going back to a tried and true throwback, and it's the Indian Healing Clay face mask. I know you guys have seen this all over the place. If you probably have, what? You probably have used this too. It's just so good when it like gets dry and like, oh, I like it. But yeah, so I will be probably doing this tonight too because my face desperately needs it. So I'll probably be doing a little bit of this. And you know how you're supposed to mix it. Um, you know how you're supposed to mix it. Oh, this was another reason why I think I stopped using it was because of the smell. Now I don't know how you guys mix it. I think yeah, you can. I don't know if you guys do this, but I've always mixed mine with the apple cider vinegar. It smells, but it even says here on the back that it works best with apple cider vinegar. But I know you can mix this with water too. So I don't know. I think maybe tonight I'll probably do like half and half. But we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna do a little mask tonight. Okay, and then the last package. Ooh, this one came in a bag. Like one of those little, ooh. I'll have to bleep that out. This one came in like a little, this one came in a little brown bag. Oh, this is a big box too. I didn't think it was this many. I got eye masks. Now, I've never tried this brand before. I just was telling you guys earlier about Derma E. I was using previously, they have the Derma E eye patches as well. They're vitamin C eye patches. And I just ran, actually, I think I'm almost out of those. Grant uses those with me too. So I go through them twice as fast, but they don't give you many in the container. So I just wanted like and they're in a jar. So I just wanted something that was kind of easy to go where you can just like pick out a pack, slap it on. And I heard a lot of good things about Grace and Stella. So this is their restoring eye mask for fatigue under eyes. And again, I just told you guys that I struggle with dark circles, and like when I'm tired, it shows up most prominently in my under eyes. So I got these. So I will let you guys know. You'll probably start seeing these in some of my videos too, because I think when I'm recording, I probably will slap an eye mask on. But this one comes with 48 pairs. So that's pretty cool. So I'll let you guys know how most of these products work out. Like I said, some of these I've done before. Some of these are fairly new to me. So I'll keep you guys posted. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna clean up in here and get rid of some of these boxes, or move some of these move some of these boxes to the side, and then I think we'll head to the living room and do a little bit of reading. But before we get into reading too, I want to tell you guys kind of where I am, like my initial thoughts on Yellowface. So, like I said, I started reading this over the weekend, and I'm loving it so far. Like, this is my first. I think I mentioned this in my April TBR, but this is my first Rebecca Kuang book. Kuang, I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Um, this is my first book by her. Heard nothing but good things about her writing, and I actually have a couple of her other books on my list to read. So I want to read Babel, and then I want to read the Poppy Wars series. But I figured I would use this as my opportunity to test out whether or not I liked her writing, and she's living up to expectations right now. I am definitely liking this book. It's so funny because she throughout this book she has done a really good job of taking a deeply deeply unlikable character and making me still want to read to the end of the book. And I say that because that's the way this is designed. Like, well, I hope if you're a person with a conscience and a soul, you would be deeply perturbed by the main character in this book. You would find her detestable, like because she's a detestable human being. And usually with books like that, where I don't like, if I get into a book and I don't like the main character, the person that we're supposed to be following through the entire book, if I don't like this character, I'm not gonna like the book. But it's the exact opposite with this one. I can't stand this main character, but I am so invested that I have to read to the end of the book because I am determined to find out whether or not she gets her comeuppance. Comeuppance, like what is this? I'm determined to make sure that she gets her karma. I haven't obviously I'm only halfway through the book, so I haven't gotten to that point to see if she'll get her karma or not. But I want all of the bad things that are coming to this person to happen. So I have to read to the end to find it out. But I mean, this book, it's just when you talk about like deeply dislikable characters, like she's June, she is just a great portrayal of a narcissist, like the epitome of tone deafness and fake allyship and what that looks like. Narcissism for sure. I think I just said narcissist. But then all like narcissism to this, and honestly, it's a great example of just like how people have the tendency sometimes to always paint themselves out to be the victim when in actuality they aren't. And in this case too, it's like she has this main character makes it a point to paint herself as a victim anytime she faces any kind of obstacle or opposition to her or her work. And when you apply those same principles as to the reasoning that she explains away why it's not her fault that these certain circumstances or these things are happening to her, when it's presented in other characters, like when these same similar circumstances or issues are presented in other characters in the book, she finds a way to victim blame, um, to where it is the fault of the other person, but it's just not the fault of her, because why would it be the fault of her? And then the whole like example of how dangerous it is when you have a person like this who is a narcissist, who is tone deaf, who's a fake ally, how they manage to find these like echo chambers to where there's no way you can convince them that they're the bad guy in the story. She has this group of folks that she's found, this echo chamber that she's found, that validates all of these horrible things that she does and that she thinks. And it's funny because like I know in one way or another, and not maybe not to this degree, but all of us kind of have, faced that a little similarly with our friend groups, where you want people around you and friends that are around you that will support you and not necessarily challenge you to think about things a different way. So I think we all suffer from this just a little bit, but I think this book, when it's kind of describing that phenomenon of friendship, where they're just bouncing back to you everything that you say so that you aren't forced to look at things from a different perspective, how dangerous that could be, especially with something as serious as this. Like, yeah, like, okay, it's not the same as what, wearing a crappy outfit and then having your friends be like, oh my god, go girl, like there's nothing wrong with that. But when it's dealing with, the themes and the things that are taking place in this book, it's just so important to have, I think, one, a diverse group of friends, but also at least one friendship or one relationship in your life that will hold you accountable even when it's hard. And this main character does not have that. She does not have that. And she's continuing to, feed into this narrative that she's created about herself. She has this this, echo chamber of relationships and friendships that are validating all the things that she's continuing to feed into her narrative. And it's just making, as the book progresses, it is just uncovering. And I don't know if these are like, I mean, it's definitely uncovering like some biases that she has, but it's just hammering home further and further how truly unlikable this character is. So I'm super invested. Like I said, some of the reviews that I was seeing too, in terms of low reviews on this, was because of how dislikable the character is. But when you go into it knowing that that's the point, like when I read the back of this, I knew I was not supposed to like the main character. Just, I knew that I wasn't going to like her. I knew that I wasn't supposed to like her. So when you're viewing it from that lens and you just kind of want to see like how the brain of somebody like that works, and how how she manages to draw these conclusions that like absolve her of any culpability in the fact that she literally stole someone else's work. It's just kind of mind blowing. And I'm enjoying following it so far. So we're gonna clean up a little bit here in the kitchen, and then we'll head to the couch and we'll get some more pages done. Hey guys, so it is the next day. As you can tell by this is my comfort hoodie. So if you see this in a lot of my content now, don't say anything. This is my comfort hoodie. But I just finished work. It's the next day. I just finished up with work for the day. It's about 6 o'clock right now. So needless to say, I did not do any more reading after I left you guys last night. I had a little bit of work to do. I did some editing for another video. I had to take care of a couple of personal things. And then honestly, by the time I got done with that, I think I had a massive headache. My brain was just kind of like on the verge of overload. So I put on some eye masks. I didn't even do a face mask yesterday. I put on my new eye masks and watched an old episode of Black Mirror and went to sleep. So that was my night last night. I do want to get some reading done today. I think I'm going to make a little bit of dinner right now, and I do have a couple other things that I need to get done today, but I am going to try to carve out some time at least before bed to do some more reading. And I got a little bit of reading done early this morning, but I only read like a chapter. But yeah, I'm new to this, so I think that's one of the things, just transparently, I think that's one of the things I'm kind of struggling with now. Like, I still work full time and my job is actually pretty demanding. So taking this on, which I knew was going to be like its own undertaking, this is kind of like a second job in itself, just making sure that, you know, if I really want to keep doing this and stick to it and build out a community of friends where I can talk about books and learn more about books and just expand myself, that the diligence and time that's required, like I try to on my weekends because I have more free time, take as much time as I can to really devour books, get into editing and making scripts and doing all that in terms of content creation. But yeah, it's a learning curve for me for sure. I just wish there was more time in the day to be able to do this and dedicate the time that I really want to dedicate this, to this. I'm trying to be gentle with myself and easier with myself. When I started Yellowface on Saturday, I had time to get through just about half of the book before I had to go off and do, other things, because I still have to feed into my personal life, my relationships, my marriage, so it can't just be all this all the time. But I set out a goal for myself that this week I was going to at least finish the book this week. So I am on track to do that, but it would be nice if I could get like a little bit ahead of schedule. I think I am kind of in a state now where I'm doing a lot of playing catch up and just trying to maintain. But I know I'm doing this for a reason. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. I just wish there was more time in the day for me to do it, while still obviously maintaining all the other things that I've got going on in my life too. So that's just a little, I guess vulnerable insight to me with all of this, because I am new to this, and there's gonna be bumps along the way. This isn't my full-time job, so I just have to power through it and just remember why I'm doing this. And that's just because I really love reading, and I want to share the things that I love with people who hopefully will find value in that. So yeah, so I say all of that to say I'm gonna cook really quickly because I do have to eat. And then I am going to sit down and do some reading, because we're going to get through. I'm enjoying this book so much, guys. You have no idea. Like, I really am liking this book. I think it's still a very strong 4-star, if not 4.5-star for me. So I want to get it done. And there's a couple other books I just saw. I just went through my Kindle Unlimited. I haven't checked it in probably 2 weeks now. And there's a ton of new books that are available on Kindle Unlimited. So I just added a ton of books to my read list, and now I'm like, okay, well, I want to hurry up and get through, not hurry up, but I want to take my time to enjoy this, but I want to get through this book so that I can get on to all the other things that I'm anticipating and excited to read. So that's my soapbox speech, I guess.
Okay, I just wanted, I'm pausing for a second because when I stopped reading yesterday night, I got to a point in the book where I learned a little bit more about June and just her background. We kind of learned about it in the beginning, but I learned a little bit deeper her background and a little bit more about her relationship with Athena. And I don't want to say it made me like like her or understand her motives or like why she does half the stuff that she does in this book. But I think it was starting to make me a little bit more empathetic to her. I just got to a point in the book, and I don't want to spoil it for people who have read it, but I just got to a point in the book where that completely undid any like minuscule amount of empathy that I had for this girl. Gone. This is a terrible, terrible, terrible human being. The way she is manipulating, the way she's so manipulative is crazy just to begin with. But the way she is literally weaponizing and manipulating, I don't even know if weaponizing is the right, you know what it is? She's weaponizing her innocence and manipulating Athena's mother, taking advantage of the emotional, vulnerable state that she is and the whole, the nuance and sometimes complicated dynamic of a mother-daughter relationship. And artfully, I even have to admit, like, it's artful, but it's despicable. It is despicable. This is a disgusting person. She sucks. Okay, I think that's it for me tonight. I am on page 262, so I've got a little over 50 pages left before we're officially done with this book. I decided I'm going to probably finish these last 50 or so pages tomorrow, but I will include like my full review and like my Goodreads rating and my April recap, because I have a couple other books that I want to talk about in my recap too, and I definitely want to include this one because as disgusting and despicable as this character is, this is a really good book. F.Kuang, I'm definitely a fan of her writing. So yeah, I'm excited to finish this and just hopefully come to a happy conclusion for me, but we'll see. You guys, but yeah, that's gonna be it for today. You guys have been with me for 2 days now, which was fun. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, and thank you guys for coming. If you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, and let me know if you like seeing these kinds of videos, if you want to see more of these kinds of videos. I had a lot of fun making it, so I'm happy to do more of these. But yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.